And our next guest on the Guatemalan-Honduran border over the past week, joining us tonight, investigative reporter Sara Carter, Fox Business contributor. Sara, great to have you with us. Let's talk first of all. We now understand another caravan has formed and is on the move. Your thoughts about what you saw, who's organizing these caravans, and just how dangerous is this for the migrants who apparently haven't been told the truth about what awaits them at the southern border if they get that far, and how dangerous this trek is.
First, Lou, you're absolutely right. It's incredibly dangerous. The majority of migrants, particularly the few women and children that I did see there, the families, which were way at the front of the pack. Now, I was in Guatemala and the Honduran border this week when the big second wave of migrants came across the border. Now, the majority of the migrants were actually men. I would say there was about 1,200 men, maybe 1,300 men, and a few hundred women and children that they actually put in the front of the line. This was very highly organized. They had the women and children at the front of the line for the photographers, for whatever local news agencies were there. I really didn't see a lot of international agencies, although I did see CNN Spanish there. They were actually there, but they were there to tell the story of the women and children. When I walked to the back, it was about 1,300 men. It looked like columns of men. They had a flag, a Honduran flag, at the front of their mass line, and they were coming through and they were saying, look, we're heading straight to America. President Trump is going to see us. They're going to let us in. We're there. We're heading there to get jobs, and we're not going to stop until we get there. The Guatemalan government did try to turn people back, and they did, over that period of time, turn back around 3,500 to 4,000 people, I've been told, trying to put them on buses and sending them back home, warning them that it was going to be so dangerous. But now it's apparently grown to about 14,000 people because people in Mexico are joining in the caravan, and the drug cartels are taking advantage of it as well.
Drug cartels, traffickers, smugglers.
That's right.
Who are these people, and why aren't the governments, whether it is Honduras, whether it is Guatemala or Mexico, why aren't they dealing with what is in the midst of these people? These poor people really have no idea of what awaits them.
That's absolutely true. And remember, there's a lot of people within those lines that are criminals, too. I ran into some MS-13 gang members while I was down there doing interviews. And then you don't really know who you're talking to. You know, it could be a really wonderful person that's just looking for a job and a place to go, and then a criminal element. I did see children. There were a number of unaccompanied minors under the age of 12, some as young as 7, that the Guatemalan government actually took and put into their custody because they were with men that were not their fathers. That's incredibly scary. But I tell you this, the people that were organizing this event, some of them are in Honduras. They were leftist government, apparently affiliated with the former Zelaya government. They were coordinating this. The Guatemalan government is working very closely now with the U.S. government, trying to find out who these culprits are. They say once they figure out who organized this event, then they could work with the U.S. to bring charges against them if any of the people had been harmed. That's the first step. But the major step here, Lou, is that the president is 100% right on. We have every right to protect our border. This is a very dangerous situation, that we can't exacerbate. And that's why he's sending the troops down there. We have 800 coming to assist. And
at least 800, and the president also apparently considering a further executive order to order suspension of immigration and certainly refugee status for any immigrant crossing that border now or approaching that border. Sara Carter, good to see you back on this side of those borders, and thanks for being with us tonight. Sara Carter.
Thank you so much, Lou.